What's going on, FUMoney? Today we're going to talk about expensive life lessons and just some of the things that you learned from paying way too much money for that lesson. Like, I've had tons of times in my life where I just fuck something up and I'm like, you know what? Lessons are expensive and I've paid for a lot of them.
That is an understatement. Like when I look back even to the last exactly year and 3 months of my life, like it's actually cost me more fucking up than it would if I would have just been cool, been normal, like made shit work. Like expensive life lessons is a huge thing. And it doesn't mean just like money, like emotionally. Like I've went through things
Emotional damage.
I got it that
it
time.
may yeah, you did. But like I've went through things that like have just made me think different and like have broke me emotionally and mentally to get to the point to try to get back where I was at. And then I'll mess up and I'll do it again. And it's like that's rough because it takes more out of you as a person. Like all that you're going through those lessons. Like what do you think about that, bro?
I think you're onto something with that. But every time that's happened to me, like I've asked myself why that happened and how I could have went about it differently and how I'm going to make that change in the future should said situation arise again. And it's maybe a better person for it because like everything that happened to me when I was young, and then compare that to the person I am now, living by myself, just doing my thing, I got a nice pickup, like those life lessons, expensive as they were really setting me up for something better, and I don't think I'd trade any of it for the world. Like if you could go back and change that one mistake, that defining moment in your life, would you do it? And it's like, no, everything happened for a reason. Everything that built me up for essentially what was to come in life, you know?
I'm the opposite. And that's okay. Like I bravely think about how bad my mistakes and I was going to say mess ups have has affected my life. Like yesterday, I had to go switch my insurance because my other insurance was like it took them 10 months, like it was a year and a few months for them to realize what I did wrong. And I'm sitting there changing my insurance and like it cost me so much more money. And as I was sitting there, I'm like, if I would have just not made that one mistake, I wouldn't be here. I'd save double the money. But then all the money that it's cost me to get to where I'm at now, I lost. And then just like my whole job, like I decided I was better than my job and I looked for happiness
Happiness is hard to find.
over stability. And then that caused a whole bunch of emotional, like, not happiness and money. Like, dude, who knew that it costs $2,000 just to pay your bills? And that's not including gas, food, child support, everything else. Like, it's hard.
I knew
And
that, but I don't exactly
how
live
much
a cheap lifestyle though. So
how much child support do you pay?
I think
Oh, never mind.
last time I checked, it was like 1,300 a month or something. I don't know.
I was
It's
just
ridiculous.
you got it. You got exactly what I meant.
I don't have no
But
kids. I flush them kids every morning after I roll out of bed. Fucking put the toilet paper in the toilet. Fucking go on about my day. So
you
in
got it
toilet
wrong.
paper, it cost me like I don't know, $50 a week. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get
But
these
I mean,
calluses on my hands from nothing. Just saying. That joke went way
but
too far. I'm sorry you guys had to watch that, but it was
it
funny.
went up. It was great, but it did go far. But I mean, like,
That's what she said.
did it
Really?
touch the bottom? Did it touch the bottom though?
Yeah. There is a bottom.
expensive life lessons. Like, if I could do things differently, I would have. But at the same time, at the time of my worst is when like you came through and we talked about doing FUMoney for a year. And we never did it. I always had excuses. You always had shit going on. And then like I didn't, and you showed up and we're like, okay, we're gonna really do this. And my back was against the wall, and I was like, okay, like I have no option. Let's run with it. And
Mhm.
I mean, like, so I don't regret that. Expensive life lessons is a real thing, but it did. God damn, maybe you're right. Like I could have had, like I still miss what I lost. I ain't gonna lie and deny that. But what we have now through those expensive life lessons is pretty dope. Like I enjoy doing this stuff. Like me
Same.
and
It's a
you,
passion project for me.
like it just floats like a butterfly. Like we don't. Me and Cody don't like game what we're gonna say at all. Like we'll think of topics, but then we won't talk about the topics because then that'll ruin like the originality. Like I'm learning as much about this guy and he's learning as much about me, just like you guys.
But I'm not
And
going to
that's
teach
what.
Justin to edit. That would be a nightmare and a half.
Oh, dude, I can't touch computers. Nah, that ain't me.
But yeah,
Like that
you're
ain't
you're
me.
definitely right because like this is one of those things where I was just like, fuck it, let's just record, let's make get everything we need, and let's just start recording, and whatever happens happens. And I even told Justin, I was like, hey man, I was like, I don't care how much money I got to throw at this. I was like, lessons are expensive, and I've paid my fair share in dues. So why not? Fuck it, let's roll the dice and see what happens. And he's just like, you know what? Fuck it, I'm all in. And that's just
We.
how. Go ahead.
You were gonna say that's just how it ended up like this. I
Yeah,
feel
that's
like,
just how it happened,
but me and him have both thrown so much money into stupid shit.
dude. And
Like,
time too. Like time is something you can't get back. Money, you'll make that back. You can't get time back. That's not how it works.
like I keep telling myself, you ain't a real hustler if you can't get it back. You could lose it all, but you can get it back. And I've done that 3 times in my life. Lost everything, and somehow it's just right now I'm admittedly at a place where I'm building it back. But you got sometimes to lose a little to gain a little.
But every time you've built it back, you've built it higher, right?
Oh,
I have.
every single time. Yes, Cody.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, even though it sucks going through it, and it sucks getting started again, but once you start building it back, you're going to build tenfold what you lost. So fuck it. Lessons are expensive.
And
Throw them dice
and
out and let it go.
and the lessons part. Like I learned what I did wrong from what I did right, and I built from that. And that's why, like this Foo Money and like me and Cody doing this, Dr. Green over here, like it's funner than anything I've done before. I've done a lot of projects that just deals with creativity, but then that takes money and time, and I built from that. And this I like doing. Like
Same.
I enjoy this.
Yep. And it makes me happy that we can just come in and talk about stuff because our life lessons, as expensive as they were, it might help somebody else to stop making the same mistake or following down a path that we once had. And it's a good way to help people because they watch us be jackasses and they're like, these guys are not what I want to be, so I'm not going to repeat that pattern.
No, that's huge right there. Like for real, buddy. Like
Don't look at that phone. I
every
heard it.
you heard it and I looked, but everybody for real. If you've made mistakes, don't make the same ones. Build from them. And that don't even have to be your own. Look at the people around you. Look at us. Bro, like I was just talking to my friend today and she goes, "I made the best video of my life. This is the most proud." And I text her and I go, shouldn't it be? I go, if you ain't doing better than your last, then what the fuck is the point? If you ain't growing and like making yourself feel like you did better than your last, then you're just staying stagnant and you're just kind of riding that wave when the wave should be going up.
He said
Like,
rave. Justin wants to party.
yeah, kind of.
Yeah, that's fine. Anyway, so that's about our 10 minutes for the episode again. So I just want to tell y'all before we go, like, never give up. You know, life lessons are expensive, but that doesn't mean stop. That means build it back. Go out and get more. Learn from your mistakes and own them. Just be like, yeah, I fucked up. It is what it is. With that, we'll catch y'all in the next episode. What?
Grow.
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 Grow pot?
Bye.
No, can't say that. Bye.